All right, YouTube, welcome back. AJ Shaver here, and I want to do another video with these Barrow bags. And before I go any further in this video, I really want to say thank you to Dan over at Back 40 Firewood for doing an outstanding video featuring these new bags. He has that little Kindle It Pro from Wolf Ridge, so all his stuff is really tiny. That's beautiful for these bags, just to drop them in. We're running 16-inch stuff, so I kind of like typewriter stack these in here left to right and then come up. And he is correct, you do lose a little bit of volume on the front and back. But what I want to do today is take one of our third cord bags, which should hold about 60 cubic feet with it being hand tossed in. I always figure about 180 cubic feet when something's coming right off, you know, the conveyor filling the bag. So if the bags are a third of a cord, so that should make it 60 cubic feet. These hold about 9 cubic feet, so it should. And what I want to do is, even though these have the top on them, and it is tied pretty tight, what I want to do is use the MT to load the back of the pickup truck and then be able just to throw them out onto the ground. And just because I'm lazy and really hate stacking firewood or rehandling it more than I have to, I have some 1-inch straps that I'm going to go around the bag while it's still on the fort and just kind of cinch it together, so that way when it tumbles out, it's really going to be impact proof from like blown apart. Not that I'm worried about the sides of the bag, I just don't want to blow through the top, because if we end up leaving these at the customer's location, I really want this top to be nice and intact as possible, so that way it keeps the winter weather and snow, rain, ice, sleet, whatever out of the bag, and they have their nice convenient amount of firewood for doing like the solo pit or a sauna or just a backyard fire pit in the wintertime. So like everything, I like shipping myself a sample order of the bags. So that's what we have here. There are 20 of the Barrow bags in this box. Again, it's about 24 inches square, maybe 26, 28 inches long, and just under 50 pounds. That seems to be the niche for shipping, is keeping it under 50 pounds. There is going to be some extra room in here. Yes, we could fit more than 20 bags, but then it puts me over the 50 pounds. And shipping is expensive as it is, so we're going to try to play by their rules and just kind of maximize the quantity and get it shipped right to your door. I did bring up my hand truck from down the garage. It's what we use for bringing the firewood in and out of the house. And then that's our 1-inch orange straps from over at Harbor Freight, just looking for something cheap and easily available and highly usable. So we'd be able to take the bag, the strap, and the cart all in somebody's backyard, and then come back out with either the bag if we're going to hand stack it, hopefully just leave the bag, and then, you know, just take the strap off of it and come back out with the hand dolly as well. So I'm gonna get this opened up here, because I remember what I do with my pocket knife. So there's the flap. There's the bag itself. So we'll get this thrown onto the MT85 so it gets held open, fill her up, see how many it takes. And again, all nice 16-inch pieces, toss them in. I think when Dan was doing his video, I forget what the measurement was, he got, you know, left to right, but I really like to stretch these out, just that way you really, you know, you're guaranteed to get that quantity in there. You'll see me shake the bag, just trying to work out any of the air pockets and make sure it gets a good settle, you know, in the bag itself. And I'm really trying to figure out where I went wrong with that math on the previous bag, but I'm just scratching my head there. Apparently I needed a second cup of coffee that day. Because I know we've stacked out the log lift bags a couple of different times, despite my displeasure of handling and rehandling firewood, especially on the stacking aspect. Oops. And what I'm thinking about doing, like I said in the beginning, is taking an orange strap and going around it this way so it cinches everything together for a really nice tight hold. And then what I'm hoping to do with the pallet forks is be able to slide one of these off so I can just keep it on that back set and just use that maybe and kind of bring it over the pallet and then lay it over. We'll see how it works. That's the theory in my head anyway. There's some really nice oak pieces here going in the bag. I'll probably even start up the machine and pick it up and bounce it once or twice to really make sure everything's in here as absolutely tight as possible. And the bags being new, just like our log lift bag, the first use is always pretty rigid, just because the material itself hasn't had a chance to stretch out yet. Then when we use them the second time around, hanging them on the bag rack 3.0s, they really hold a good form for being square. You almost don't have to throw anything in the bottom. I still do, just because I don't want the bag to move around on the pallet while the brute force 30-foot conveyor is dropping into it, because then the bag gets crooked, then it falls over, and again, I hate handling firewood. All right, so we are going to bring this up just a little bit above the mosquito netting. And like I said, we'll tap it a couple of times on the ground just to make sure we've worked out as much of the air as possible. Kind of liking that. If I can find some little pieces here, I'll just throw them on top. There we go, fill it in all nice. I think when I tied the last ones, I kind of did like a shoelace kind of tie to it. That way I can get them out easy without having to worry about cutting anything. I didn't do anything with the Boy Scouts, so my knot tying abilities are diminished, but it works. I get by. Plus my fingers are cold, because obviously it's cold enough that it's going to snow. Grab the handy tape measure. That took me about 5 minutes to find. So we're going to go on the outside there to here. That is approximately 25 inches in overall width. They're 16-inch pieces, and we are just above 42 inches for the height. So in theory, that should work out to. I'm going to edit the website. Didn't mean to mislead anybody. Just had a brain fart. So I have a pallet here behind us. See if we can get this off as I planned. Almost forgot the ratchet strap. That would be bad. Well, I gotta say, that worked out pretty good. Not bad for a first try. So far, so good. You know, as I've been throwing the wood in here, I actually like having this about 24 inches deep, you know, front to back here with the pieces going in, because you can really drop them in and nothing's snagging on the mosquito netting, and you get the nice rolled edge going in here. So again, if you're using smaller pieces like what Dan was doing, definitely just dump them in, but I'm really liking how these are stacking out. too bad. Five bags and about 2 bundles out of a third of a cord is what we actually did. Again, I stand right about 6 foot tall, so that piece came in down to about 4 feet and then down again to 4 feet. I don't know that I would do it without a strap, just because the little strings on here would probably rip or at least tear tear the top of the bag or tear the strings off the lid, which you don't want to do. And again, you know, the orange straps at Harbor Freight, I think it was a 4-pack for like, I don't know, $5.67 or something. So worked out pretty good. Again, I'm happy with the bags. You know, like Dan said in his video, it's definitely filling a niche market where at least you could be at your own wood yard and either fill it right off of the splitter, make a pile, throw it in just like what we did, just so you're kind of typewriter stacking it back and forth and working it up. And you wouldn't just be, you know, loading a wheelbarrow. It's something that's a little bit smaller, you know, like a hand truck where you can go down a sidewalk, go down an elevator, just get around through a garden gate. You know, it's a nice clean look. And once it's in the bag, you could leave the bag on somebody's patio. You could leave it in the backyard. You could leave it on the back porch, and you wouldn't have to stack it. It looks nice, it's pretty, it's neat. You have the lid to keep the snow and things out of it. Highly breathable, just like our third cord bags are. Again, it's a new product to me. We're still trying to figure this out as we're going along, so I appreciate your patience and I appreciate any opportunity we can get. We were using the Brute Force 1824 with the 12-way wedge for making the pieces that go in here. Really wicked fast processor. Check out the channel to see that running. I think we were down to about a 5-second cycle time between cut, split, return, and start the cut again. So really fast, really nice pieces through that 12-way. We do have an 1824 gas machine here that's still in stock. We're asking $69,000 as a year-end special. I've also got a 2024 splitter, 4-way, 6-way, 8-way wedge with that. We're asking $17,700, and that's auto cycle, fast split, the big bore, oil cooler, electric start, auxiliary, fuel tank, log lift, hydraulic wedge. It's all Cadillac'd up, folks. I can't believe it's still here. But please give us a phone call. It's 833-SPLITTER. It's 833-775-4887. You can also email me, sales@shaverequipment.com. And if you want to buy our Barrow bag or the log lift or even the power lift bags, they're over on the website, which is just shaverequipment.com. Scroll down to where it says either equipment or bags. Click on the bag section, takes you right to all 3. Plus it shows off, I guess, all 4 now with the, the Barrow bag. And it even shows our bag rack 3.0. So if you didn't have, you know, something to hold the bags open, whether it's the Barrow bag or the bigger bags, that's there. It's $1,150 plus shipping to your location, or you can pick them up here in Dallas, Pennsylvania. So again, would love to earn your business with the sales quote. Would love to hear from you soon. So please give us a phone call, shoot us an email, and remember, we're always working hard to be lazy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to stay up to date on everything we have going on. We'll see you next time.